Howdy y'all, welcome to Nerd Studio. Hey, we're out at the range today with part 2 of Should I Buy a Used Gun? This here's my used Glock 21, got it at Rock City Guns a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen video 1 of this series, go ahead and I'll put a link here and go watch that. This video will make a lot more sense. So, we got it cleaned up. This gun is in great shape. Aesthetically it had some problems, so I decided to go ahead and replace some of those parts that were, I don't know, a little bit rough, and I put, of course, my Talon Grips on them. I put Talon Grips on all my Glocks. So let's take a look at the parts we replaced. First things first, let's put on some Talon Grips. I like the rubberized texture, and they make a sandpaper version. It's not my favorite. It's really important to use some alcohol and clean the gun off before you try and apply the grips, get any grease or anything off there. And thankfully they include a handy little packet to do just that. I've never been any good putting things like this on, so you know, building model airplanes, I never put the stickers on because I was so terrible at it. But thankfully, they do give you a nice hole here to line up on your Glock emblem. Makes it real easy. From here, it is really just, you know, peel the sticker off and roll it around the gun. Some folks I've talked to who use these grips say you should trim the finger groove parts off so they're flush with the start of the grip. And others say you should tuck it underneath. I have had no problems wrapping them around like this, and as bad as I am at applying stuff like this, it just makes it easier. Really, from here, it's just, you know, heat the thing up with a hairdryer, and you need to use a hairdryer. Again, I've said this in other videos. Don't use like a paint stripper or something, just a regular hairdryer on high. Heat it up to where it gets really hot to the touch. Give it some good squeezing and make sure that the glue is setting in. You do that 3 times, letting it cool in between. And I've never had a problem with any of these grips coming off. And I've ran them through the ultrasonic cleaner after I put grips on them. They work fine. Let's put the new slide backplate on. Now, you can get the standard plastic polymer backplate from Glock for, you know, $4. Bob and I were both in the Air Force, so I went ahead and got one with the Air Force emblem on it. You have these customized backplates with all kinds of different stuff on it, and they're a little more expensive. I think I paid $15 for this one. Just a little bit of fun, but not really necessary to spend the extra money. Okay, let's go ahead and replace the backplate. To pull the slide apart, the first thing you need to do is locate the bottom of the striker. You want to pull up on that guy, and you'll hear it make an audible clunk. Underneath there, you're going to find what really is a plastic sleeve, but you're going to see the top of it right here. And what you want to do is press down on that. Pressing down on it will release the pressure from the backplate. Once you release the pressure, the backplate will slide right off. Now, you've got 2 spring-loaded guys underneath here. The extractor plunger spring is that little one on the right, and then the striker itself has got a little spring tension, so you want to be careful they don't go shooting into your eyes. To install the new backplate, all you really need to do, you can use your thumb to press down on the striker assembly and start the backplate, and then you want to get a tool. I like using this little Glock disassembly tool here to push the extractor plunger down and finish sliding the backplate the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and install the slide stop. A little trick I like to use when I need to push a pin out of a gun like this is a roll of blue tape. It supports the gun really well, but gives space underneath for the pin to drop out. This is really easy to do. You push this pin out. The slide stop comes out. Put the new slide stop in, push the pin back in, and you're golden. Alright, there you go. Well, let's shoot this guy, make sure my modifications didn't goof the gun up. This gun shoots like a champ. I'm really pleased with this purchase. You know, I can't really stress this enough. If you're looking for a gun and you're on a budget, consider buying used. Typically, if you buy used, the price difference is going to allow you to kind of take a step up in quality, and that's a big deal. And it doesn't just have to be a Glock. I mean, Glock is my thing, but if you're a Smith & Wesson fan, or you like Ruger, there are plenty of those out there in the used market. In fact, last time I was in at Rock City Guns, he had several M&Ps on the shelf ready to go at really great prices. So they're out there, and it just takes time to go do a little shopping, but it will save you money, and like I said, let you take that step up. So I think it's a really good idea. Next video on this gun, we're going to replace the sights. I might have some trigger work done on it. I'm going to have Glenn at Rock City Guns have a look at the trigger and see if there's anything he can do to it. Other than that, I think we're pretty well ready to go. This guy's ready to defend the home. All right, folks, always remember, anyone can shoot and have fun. We'll see you next time.
Yeehaw!